Let's set up this electric gel ball blaster from the brand Srcooat. This is their paint splash edition, right? And you can see the brand name there. Let's get it set up and ready to use. All right, why don't we start with this piece? This piece is what is gonna connect the grenade hopper to your blaster, okay? So you can see there's a little arrow right here, and that is the way you're gonna push it. So you're just gonna put it on like so. It's just going to line up and just push it all the way forward until it clicks. It's locked in place. You really don't need to remove it again now. You can just leave it on here. That's just fine. Got your little clip here. So if you choose to use this, that just kind of clips on the front here. Okay. And clip it on. There we go. That's actually easier to do it that way. Just turn that to the side a little bit, clip it on. Now, let's put the battery in. So we've got your battery access door right here. Okay, so slide it open, and you can see your plug. So I've mentioned in the previous video, here's your battery, 7.4 volt, 600 mAh. It's a 4-pin connection. Charged it up. This charger just plugs into any AC adapter. The red light's on when it's charging. The red light turns off when it's charged. Okay, so I have this all charged up. It could take about 2 hours to charge it if it's completely dead. And we're going to clip it in here. So you just want to line that up, clip it in. And like I mentioned too in the previous video, this ribbon is on here to be able to get the battery out a little easier, because sometimes in some gel blasters, the battery compartment can be really tight and it can be difficult to get the battery out. You'll kind of get the hang of it as you use them, but this was a nice kind of a simple addition that makes a lot of sense. So we're just going to tuck everything in there and slide this forward. Okay, there we go. So it's tight in there, but this is not bad. I've had some where you feel like you can't even get it in at all. So that's what's going on. It's catching on that piece. All right, so now you can turn that back down, and we've got your battery in. So let's check it. All right, it's working. So then I'll turn this off, so it's kind of in safety mode. Take this flash suppressor, muzzle, barrel extension, whatever you want to call it, we'll put it on. That just pushes on with pressure and it stays there. Okay. Now here is your magazine that is for spare gel balls. So if you had extra gel balls that you wanted to bring along so that you had them ready, you can fill it up, right? This just slides open, fill it up, and then this just slides in here. And then to release it, you would just push this down, okay? That's what that release is for. So we're ready with that. So now we can talk about gel balls, right? So it's gonna come with 10,000. You got 5,000 orange, 5,000 green. You want to soak all gel balls 4 to 6 hours. I typically just soak them overnight. You want to use plenty of water because they're not going to get too big, and you can always drain off excess water. So I soak them overnight, 4 to 6 hours, and drain off the excess water. I typically use Tupperware containers like this just because I have a bunch of them, and that works out well. But you could even soak them in the grenade. Just make sure you're not putting too many in here. Okay, this actually will hold about 500, which is pretty crazy. It doesn't seem like it, but they do. But just start off very small, like with a teaspoon of beads, fill it with water, see how much that fills up. Just make sure, otherwise you put too many in here, they're gonna grow and suck up all the water, but they're not gonna be big enough, and then they're just gonna dribble out of your gel blaster. You're gonna think your gel blaster's not working, when it's not the case, just the gel beads were not big enough or had not been soaked long enough. So I already had some ready to go. So I've got a grenade that's full. We'll put that on here. The easiest way to do this is typically to turn kind of the blaster upside down, because we obviously don't want to spill beads all over. And these gel balls are really hard to pick up because they're wet, you know, kind of slimy. So if they roll all over your floors, and you have hardwood floors in your house or any hard surfaces, they are very hard to get up. So they won't stain things, but they're kind of a pain, so I wouldn't do it inside. All right, we're ready to go. Everything is ready. Again, here's the brand, Srcooat, their UZI style electric gel ball blaster. We'll go take it, we'll do some shooting with it, and we'll measure the FPS. So excited to play with these. I really like the UZI design. Kind of brings me back to my youth when Uzis were really popular in movies in the 80s. Anyway, check back. We'll do some demonstrations, and make sure to check out Srcooat and their gel ball blasters.